Hello friends, so our today's question is jump game. So what is given in this question is we are given an integer array nums and we are at the initial position of that array, either the first index. And each element in the array represent the maximum jump length at that position. So we are at the initial position at the first index of the array and we have to reach the last index or the last element of the array. And if we are able to do that, so we have to return true, otherwise we have to return false. So let's understand the question. So we are basically given an array nums where each index represent the jump length. So if we are at 0 index, the jump length is 2. So we can take a jump of 1 length, or we can take a jump of 2 length. So if from the same here, from second index whose jump length is 3, so we can take jump of 1 step or 2 step, or we can take a jump of 3 step. So if we have to reach from starting to the end, and if we are able to do that, we have to return true, otherwise we have to return false. So in this case, let's consider if from first index we can take two jumps, either two, or from second we can take two jumps to the 3 or to 1, and from 1 we can take only one, so that will again lead to 1, and from 1 again we can take 1, so that will reach us to the 4. But from 3 we can take jump to 1, or we can take jump to another one, or we can take jump to 4, and from 1 we can take jump to 1, and then we can take jump to 4, and from 3 1 we can take jump to 4, and it is our final and 4 is our final destination. So what we can start from here and we can go to this part. So we are having our answer here. We can take this path also. In this path also we are having our answer, and from this path also we can get our answer, and from this path also we can get our answer, because we have to start from first index, that is 2, and we have to reach our final index, that is our 4. But in another scenario, consider this scenario. So we are having this nums array, and what we are we from first step we can take jump to either 2 or either 1, or we can take a jump to 0. And from the same, we from the 2 we can take jump to 1, or we can take jump to 0. From 1 we can take jump to 0, but from 0 here we cannot take any jump. Because jump length is 0, so we cannot take any length. So if we consider this, now from 3 we can reach to 2 or 1 or 0. From 0 we cannot reach anywhere, so this path is already cancelled. From 1 we can reach to 0, so again from here we cannot reach any path, so this path is also cancelled. From second we can reach 1, and from again 1 we will have to reach 0. So again this is also not possible. So in this case we cannot reach from starting or the initial index to the final index. So in this case we will return false. So if we look at this scenario now, if in our array we are not having any 0, then in that case we will anyhow reach to our final destination if we take one step or two step or three step. So what is given in this question, we have to just return true or false if we are able to reach to the last index. We don't have to return the path through taking which we are reaching to the last index. So in this case, if we are having a non-zero, every element is a non-zero, so in that case minimum we can take is the one jump, and taking one jump at each step we can reach to the final. So we can use here dynamic programming approach, or we can use a recursion one, but we will not use those approach here directly. We will take the simple and most optimized approach. Just let me clear all this. Yeah, so yes, now consider here from second, this is the index 0 1 2 3 and 4, Now we are at the zero index. Currently we are in the zero index, and maximum from zero index where we can reach to second index. So like if we are having a variable, let's say maximum position, so currently it is set to 0, but when we started trading we will initiate it with 0, but when we will start trading from the first index, maximum what we can reach is second index. So we will change this to 2. Now we will come to net I will be incremented, and we will loop through this index, so from starting from here till end. So when I will be incremented, so like this contain 3, so we will check if whatever the value which is contained in our max position is greater than the current value. If it is not, we will replace that value with the current with I. So standing here from 1 to and having num I is equals to 3, so maximum what where I can reach is 4. Current index I am here, like if we have this staircase now, 2 3 1 1 and 4, so I am here, so I am currently at first index. Now here I can take maximum of 3 jumps, so 1 2 and 3, so I will reach at the end. So maximum will be like maximum will be between 2, because previously we were having maximum which maximum jump length was 2, but currently we are at first index and maximum jumps we can take is 3, so currently we can take 4, so maximum power will be 4. Now we will move to next index. So basically this is our answer. If our maximum power, this variable, is greater than or equals to our nums size, then this we will return. So now second, if we will look at the second scenario. So like in second scenario, let me clear all this. So like second scenario, so again we are having these cases, sorry, so again we are having this case. So from 3 maximum, like we have this m variable, so initially it is 0. Now we are at the 0 index, and maximum from the 0 index, maximum jump length is 3, matlab maximum jump we can take is 3, so we will have 3 here. Now we will either go to this, or we will either move to this, or we will either go to this. So I is currently here, then I will move, we only have to take the maximum jump from current index, the maximum jump which we can have from the current index. If it is greater than or equals to our size, num size, then we are able to reach to the end, otherwise we are not able to reach to the end. If we are encountering 0, like in this case we will encounter at 0, from here we cannot take any jump from the any path. Either from 3 you are taking 3 jump, or either from 2 you are taking 2 jumps directly to here. In the between we are encountering this, so from here we cannot move forward. So in this case, maximum jump maximum jump which we can take, which will lead to our whatever index. From that index, if we are able to move to the next index, so if we are able to move to the next index, then we will change our maximum jump value. Otherwise we will have to return false, because we will be in the dead end like this. So here consider this, like maximum jump from 0 index which we can take is 3. Now if I move to here from first index, like we are at first index, and maximum jump which we can take is 2, so it is also 3, so maximum index which we can reach is 3, and this is also 3, so nothing change will be there. Now I will be moved to next index, then I is currently 2. We are standing at second position, and maximum jump from here which we can take is 1. So again it is 3. So maximum index will remain 3. So it will be unchanged. Now we move to next index. Now it is 0. So if our current position, like maximum index which we are having, is equals to I, like let me write this scenario. If maximum index which we are having is equals to I, and nums of I is equals to 0, then we cannot move here, because maximum index from the previous which we can move is I. Now currently the nums I which contains the value is 0, so we are stuck here, we cannot move here. So in this case we will return false. And in first case, if, let me write, yeah, if nums of I, so like here if we write, if current position like max index position is greater than or equals to our nums size, then in this case we will return true, because at the end we have to return to the num at the end of the array here. This is our end point. So if our max index is greater than or equals to num size, then we will return true. So what we are doing here is, like every time we are calculating, like from current index where the maximum we can go, like from index 2, maximum we can go is, we are currently at second position and maximum which we can go is 1. So from second index maximum we can go is to third index. So this we will calculate each time, and we will keep track of this maximum index which we can reach after each iteration. So now let's implement the solution. So first of all, we will have a variable that will contain the size of the array. Then we will have another variable, uh, let's say max index, that will initiate with 0. Now we will iterate from starting to end of the loop. Now first of all, first condition is like if the maximum index is greater than or equals to num size, then in this case we will return true. So first we will write this scenario: if our max index is greater than or equals to nums, sorry, we are having n, so we will use that n minus 1. By n minus 1, because we are dealing with the index, so its size is 5, but we have to deal with index, so its last index will be 4. So that is why n minus 1. So in this case we will return true. Otherwise, if it is not possible, then if second condition, we will look at the second condition, like maximum index is the current index at which we are currently, and that index value is 0. So like maximum index which we can reach from the previous jumps was our current index, and that index value is 0. So in this case we are into the dead loop. So if max index is equals to current index, and and nums of I of current index is equals to 0, then in this case we will not be able to reach the end, so we will return false. And after each iteration, what we have to maintain, we have to maintain the maximum index which we can have from the current index, from the current position. Max of, like whatever we are having right now, comma, like yes, so from current position what maximum we can reach is that nums of I. So this will be our maximum index, and we will return true at the end. So we will first compile the solution. Yeah, it is accepted. Now we will submit. It is submitted successfully. Now, okay, so for the time complexity, for the space complexity, we are using constant space, so its space complexity will be capital O of 1. For time complexity, as we are iterating in this loop from starting to end of the array one time, so its time complexity will be capital O of n, where n is the size of this given nums array. So thank you for watching.